In the silence of the ancient mountains where wind carries forgotten wisdom and time moves like a slow river, there are teachings that speak not of fate as fixed, but of energy as flowing. Nothing in this world is written in stone, only written in the movement of actions, thoughts, and destiny shaped by patience. And in this sacred understanding, there are moments when the universe seems to open hidden doors. Doors that lead certain souls toward abundance, not by chance, but by alignment of effort, discipline, and inner awakening. It is said that as the cycle turns toward the energy of 2026, 3 cosmic paths will feel the strongest current of prosperity. Not because wealth is given freely, but because opportunity recognizes those who are finally ready to receive it. The first of these paths is for those born under the sign that carries the spirit of steady builders. These souls have walked through delay, silence, and unseen effort. They are like farmers who plant seeds in dry soil, waiting longer than others but never abandoning the field. For them, 2026 brings the reward of patience. Doors that once felt closed begin to open without force. Business ideas that once failed begin to find support. Even small decisions begin to multiply into larger gains. But the true teaching for them is this: wealth does not arrive as lightning, it arrives as rain after a long drought, gentle, consistent, and life-giving. The second path belongs to those guided by fire, within those who act, create, and transform without fear of change. In earlier times, their energy may have felt scattered like sparks without direction, but in this coming cycle, that fire becomes focused. They will find themselves stepping into leadership, innovation, and bold financial moves. Opportunities will not wait for them, they will appear only to those who move quickly and trust their inner instinct. Yet the deeper lesson is balance. Fire must warm, not burn. When controlled, it becomes the flame that forges gold from ordinary metal. And the third path is for those whose spirit is deeply intuitive, quiet, and observant, those who feel life before it happens. They are often underestimated, but their strength lies in seeing what others ignore. In 2026, their quiet perception becomes a powerful guide. They may notice the right people, the right timing, or the right direction before anyone else understands it. Financial growth for them comes not through loud action, but through wise positioning. They succeed not by chasing, but by knowing when to step forward and when to remain still. Yet all 3 paths share one truth: wealth is not only gold or silver. True abundance is clarity of mind, strength of discipline, and peace within decisions. Without these, even great fortune becomes heavy. With these, even small gains become endless rivers. The ancient understanding reminds us that prosperity follows awareness. When the mind is scattered, wealth slips away. When the mind is focused, even small seeds become forests. So as the cycle of 2026 approaches, those who align their actions with patience, courage, and awareness will feel the movement of abundance more strongly than others. Not because destiny chooses them, but because they have prepared themselves silently, step by step. And in the end, the greatest secret is simple: wealth does not come to those who chase it blindly. It comes to those who understand themselves deeply, act wisely, and remain steady through every season of life. Wealth follows alignment, not chance. The speech emphasizes that prosperity is not random. It comes when thoughts, actions, and timing are aligned with discipline and awareness. Wealth does not appear as a sudden miracle, nor does it fall from the sky like rain without clouds. It follows a deeper law that many overlook: the law of alignment. When a person's thoughts, actions, discipline, and inner awareness begin to move in the same direction, they are said to be in harmony. Life starts to respond in ways that seem almost mysterious. It is not luck, but harmony. It is not chance, but preparation meeting opportunity. In every era, those who rise into abundance are not simply the ones who wish for it, but the ones who become ready for it within themselves. There are many who chase wealth with restless energy. They run after ideas, change paths quickly, and look for instant results. Yet they often find that money slips through their hands like water. The reason is not a lack of effort, but a lack of alignment. Their inner world is divided: one part desires success, while another part is filled with doubt, fear, or inconsistency. When the inner world is scattered, the outer world reflects the same scattering. Opportunities appear, but they are not recognized. Even when they are recognized, they are not held long enough to grow. In contrast, when a person begins to cultivate alignment, something subtle begins to shift. Their thoughts become clearer. Their decisions become calmer. Their actions become more focused and steady. They no longer chase everything. Instead, they choose carefully. This simplicity creates power. It is like a river that stops dividing into small streams and instead flows in one strong direction. That river eventually reaches the ocean, while scattered streams may dry before reaching anywhere meaningful. Alignment also means that a person's daily habits start supporting their larger goals. Even small actions begin to carry meaning. Waking up with intention, working with discipline, speaking with clarity, and avoiding unnecessary distractions all contribute to building an invisible structure of success. Over time, this structure becomes strong enough to attract opportunities naturally. People begin to notice reliability, consistency, and quiet confidence. These qualities often open doors that force alone count. There is also an inner alignment that is even more important, the alignment between desire and patience. Many wish for wealth but do not have the patience to allow it to grow. True abundance often takes time to mature, just like a seed needs seasons before it becomes a tree. When desire is strong but patience is weak, frustration arises. But when desire is balanced with patience, a powerful stability is formed. This stability becomes the ground on which lasting success is built. Another aspect of alignment is understanding timing. Not every moment is meant for action, and not every opportunity is meant to be taken immediately. Those who develop awareness begin to sense when to move forward and when to wait. This rhythm creates a natural flow in life where effort is not wasted. Instead, every step feels purposeful and directed. Ultimately, alignment is not about forcing life to give results faster. It is about becoming the kind of person who can naturally receive and sustain what they seek. When thoughts are clear, actions are steady, emotions are balanced, and patience is present, life begins to respond differently. Opportunities feel closer, decisions feel easier, and progress feels more natural. In this state, wealth is no longer something chased desperately. It becomes something that arrives as a natural outcome of inner harmony. 3 zodiac energy powers are highlighted for 2026. It describes 3 symbolic groups: steady builders, bold action takers, and highly intuitive individuals, each with different routes to financial growth. Patience is often misunderstood as doing nothing, but in truth it is one of the most active forces in human growth. It is the quiet strength that allows effort to mature instead of collapsing under pressure. In the journey toward wealth and success, patience is not delay, it is development. It is the space where small actions transform into lasting results, where effort slowly turns into achievement, and where uncertainty gradually becomes clarity. Many people begin their journey with great enthusiasm. They work intensely in the beginning, expecting quick outcomes. But when results do not appear immediately, frustration takes over. They start to doubt their path, change direction too often, or abandon their efforts altogether. In this cycle, they never give their actions enough time to bear fruit. Like a farmer who digs up seeds every few days to check if they are growing, they unknowingly stop the very process they are trying to support. True patience is different. It is not passive waiting, but steady continuation without visible reward. It is the ability to keep going when nothing seems to be happening. It is trust in the process even when the outcome is not yet visible. This kind of patience is rare, but it is the foundation of all lasting success. Every strong structure in life, whether financial, personal, or professional, is built on this unseen foundation. When patience is present, effort becomes more powerful. A person begins to focus on quality rather than speed. They refine their skills instead of rushing results. They learn from small mistakes instead of being discouraged by them. Over time, these small improvements accumulate, creating a level of strength that cannot be achieved through haste. Just as a river slowly shapes stone not through force but through constant flow, patient effort shapes destiny in subtle but powerful ways. Patience also brings emotional stability. Without it, every delay feels like failure. Every obstacle feels like a permanent block. But with patience, delays are understood as part of timing, and obstacles are seen as lessons rather than endings. This shift in perception is extremely important because success is not only about external progress, but also about internal balance. A restless mind cannot hold abundance for long, but a calm mind can recognize and sustain it. Another hidden power of patience is that it allows opportunities to fully develop before they are taken. Many opportunities in life are like fruits that need time to ripen. If picked too early, they lack value. But if allowed to mature, they become rich and rewarding. Those who are patient are able to recognize this timing. They do not rush into every opening, but instead wait for the right moment when conditions are truly favorable. In the path of wealth, patience also protects from unnecessary loss. Impulsive decisions often lead to mistakes, while patient observation allows better judgment. It gives space to analyze, understand, and choose wisely. This reduces risk and increases the chances of long-term stability. Ultimately, patience is not about waiting for life to change, it is about becoming stable enough to grow with life's timing. It is the quiet force that turns effort into achievement and dreams into reality. Those who master patience discover that success was never far away, it was simply unfolding at its own perfect pace. Patience brings delayed but powerful rewards. Those who consistently work without immediate results are shown as the ones who eventually receive stable and lasting abundance. Fire is one of the most powerful forces in nature. It can destroy when uncontrolled, but it can also create, transform, and build when guided with awareness. In human life, this fire represents energy, ambition, courage, and the desire to achieve something greater. There are individuals who carry this inner fire strongly within them. They feel deeply, act quickly, and are often driven by an urge to change their circumstances without delay. This energy, when scattered, can lead to confusion and exhaustion, but when focused, it becomes a force capable of extraordinary achievement. Many people with this fiery nature begin their journey with passion. They are full of ideas, excitement, and determination. They want results quickly and often take bold steps that others hesitate to take. This courage can open doors that remain closed to more cautious individuals. However, without direction, this same energy can become unstable. They may start many things at once but struggle to complete them. Their speed becomes their challenge when it is not balanced with structure. The true strength of fire is not in its intensity alone, but in its control. A flame that burns wildly may fade quickly, but a flame that is protected and guided can last long and produce steady light. In the same way, when ambition is combined with discipline, it transforms into lasting success. This transformation requires awareness, knowing when to act and when to pause, when to take risks and when to hold back. In the journey toward financial growth and stability, this balance becomes essential. Opportunities often appear suddenly, and those with strong inner fire are usually the first to notice them. They have a natural instinct for change and movement, but recognizing opportunity is only the first step. The real challenge lies in handling it wisely. Without planning, even the biggest opportunity can slip away or become a burden instead of a blessing. When fiery individuals learn to focus their energy, something powerful begins to happen. Their scattered efforts turn into structured progress. Their impulsive decisions begin to transform into strategic actions. They stop reacting to every moment and start responding with intention. This shift does not reduce their strength, it refines it. It is like shaping raw metal into a sharp and useful tool. Discipline plays a key role in this transformation. It acts as the boundary that keeps energy from spreading too thin. Simple habits like consistent work, thoughtful planning, and careful decision-making become anchors that stabilize their natural intensity. Over time, this creates a rhythm where action is no longer chaotic but purposeful. Another important aspect is learning patience within movement. Even those with strong fire must understand that not everything needs immediate action. Some opportunities require timing, preparation, and observation. Waiting in the right moment is not weakness, it is wisdom. It allows the fire to build strength rather than burn out too quickly. When inner fire is balanced, it becomes one of the greatest forces for success. It brings leadership, innovation, and the courage to take paths others avoid. It helps individuals rise quickly, but more importantly, it helps them build something that lasts. Without balance, fire may burn brightly for a moment and disappear. With balance, it becomes a steady source of light that guides the way forward. In the end, true mastery is not about removing this fire, but about understanding it. When controlled with awareness, it becomes not just energy, but direction. Not just movement, but progress. And not just ambition, but achievement that stands the test of time. Controlled action and courage unlock opportunities. Fast-moving, creative individuals are advised to channel their energy wisely, turning boldness into structured success instead of scattered effort. There is a quiet strength in those who move through life without drawing attention to themselves. They are often overlooked in crowded spaces, not because they lack ability, but because their power does not announce itself loudly. Instead, it operates in silence, observation, and deep awareness. These individuals notice what others miss. They sense shifts in energy, timing, and opportunity long before they become obvious to everyone else. Their journey is not driven by noise or urgency, but by understanding and careful perception. In a world that often rewards speed and visibility, quiet observers may seem slow or distant. But beneath this stillness lies a sharp mind that constantly processes information. They watch patterns in people's behavior, study outcomes, and learn from subtle details that most ignore. While others react quickly, they reflect deeply. This habit of observation becomes their greatest advantage over time because it allows them to make decisions that are not emotional but informed. Their path to success is different from those who rush forward. Instead of chasing every opportunity, they wait for the right one. This does not mean they are inactive, rather their activity happens internally first. They analyze, they compare, and they understand before they act. When they finally move, their steps are often precise and effective. What may appear as a sudden success to others is actually the result of long periods of silent preparation. One of their greatest strengths is intuition. This intuition is not magic, but the result of deep attention to detail over time. When someone consistently observes life carefully, their mind begins to recognize patterns that are not immediately visible to others. They can sense when a situation feels right or wrong, even without clear explanation. This inner guidance helps them avoid unnecessary risks and choose paths that are more stable and rewarding. However, their journey is not without challenges. Because they are quiet and reserved, others may underestimate them. Their ideas may not always be heard immediately, and their presence may not be strongly felt in competitive environments. But this does not diminish their value. Instead, it teaches them patience and resilience. They learn to trust their own understanding even when it is not validated by others. Over time, this quiet strength begins to reveal its results. Opportunities that require careful judgment often align naturally with their abilities. They may find success in areas where timing, precision, and insight are more important than speed. Financial growth for such individuals often comes through wise decisions rather than risky moves. They invest energy where it matters and avoid unnecessary distractions that drain focus. Another important quality they possess is emotional stability. Because they are not constantly reacting to external pressure, they maintain a calm inner state. This calmness allows them to think clearly even in uncertain situations. While others may panic or rush, they remain steady, evaluating their options carefully before taking action. In the long run, their strength lies not in how loudly they move through life, but in how effectively they understand it. They do not need to compete for attention because their results speak for themselves. Their success is built slowly, layer by layer, through observation, patience, and intelligent timing. Ultimately, these quiet individuals remind us that power does not always need to be visible to be real. Sometimes the deepest strength is found in silence, and the greatest success is built not through force but through awareness, understanding, and the ability to act at exactly the right moment. Intuition and timing are key to hidden success. Quiet, observant individuals succeed by sensing opportunities early, making smart decisions, and acting at the right moment rather than chasing wealth aggressively. In the deeper understanding of life, abundance is not only measured by what a person gains, but also by what they become in the process of gaining it. Wealth in its truest form is not limited to money alone. It includes clarity of mind, strength of character, emotional balance, and the ability to make wise decisions under pressure. When these inner qualities are present, external success becomes more stable and meaningful. Without them, even great fortune can feel unstable or temporary. Many people believe that success is a destination, a final point where struggle ends and comfort begins. But in reality, success is a continuous process of growth and adjustment. Even those who achieve financial stability must continue learning how to manage, protect, and expand what they have. Life does not stop testing a person once they succeed. Instead, the tests become more subtle and complex. This is why inner strength is just as important as external achievement. One of the most important elements in sustaining success is awareness. Awareness means understanding not only the outside world but also one's own thoughts, habits, and emotions. A person who is aware can recognize when they are making decisions out of fear, impatience, or confusion. They can also recognize when an opportunity is genuinely valuable versus when it is simply attractive on the surface. This level of understanding helps prevent mistakes that often come from rushing or reacting without thought. Another key element is discipline. Discipline is what transforms intention into reality. Many people have ideas, dreams, and plans, but without consistent action, these remain unfinished thoughts. Discipline ensures that progress continues even when motivation is low. It creates structure in daily life, turning small efforts into long-term results. Over time, this consistency builds a foundation that can support larger achievements. Equally important is emotional balance. Success often brings pressure, responsibility, and unexpected challenges. Without emotional control, even positive changes can feel overwhelming. A balanced mind is able to handle both gains and losses without losing direction. It does not become overly attached to success or deeply discouraged by setbacks. Instead, it maintains stability and continues moving forward with clarity. Timing also plays a crucial role in the journey of abundance. Not every opportunity is meant to be taken immediately, and not every delay is a sign of failure. Understanding timing requires patience and observation. It is the ability to wait until conditions are right, even when there is pressure to act quickly. Many long-term successes are built not just on action, but on the wisdom of choosing the right moment to act. In addition, learning from experience becomes a powerful tool. Every mistake carries a lesson, and every success carries insight. Those who reflect on their experiences grow faster than those who repeat the same patterns without awareness. Over time, this reflection builds wisdom, which becomes more valuable than raw effort alone. Ultimately, true abundance is a combination of inner development and external achievement. It is not only about reaching a goal, but about becoming someone capable of sustaining that goal. When awareness, discipline, emotional balance, and timing come together, life begins to move in a more stable and meaningful direction. Wealth in this sense becomes not just something possessed, but something lived, understood, and managed with wisdom.